everybody. It's the DFS Rebels. It's your boy, David Dietrich, a.k.a. Double D. I'm with my boy, Twitch. We are back to talk about the NBA playoffs. We got 4 games to talk about for tomorrow, so let's get straight into it. So make sure you join the rebellion. Yes, sir?
Dave, talk to me. What's on the menu first?
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Dave Dietrich. We're back here on DFS Rebels. We're going to discuss the NBA playoffs, baby. The NBA playoffs are back. You ready, Rob? Are you ready to talk about this?
I was born ready. I was born with a heart on.
All right, bud. Let's talk about the first game tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got the Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are going to be a 5-point favorite. The total and over and under is 227 points, baby. What do you want to discuss in this game? This is a rematch, by the way. The Milwaukee Bucks last year got eliminated by the Miami Heat. So.
You know what? And this is a new Bucks team. You know,
team for both look different.
Yeah. You got Drew Holiday in there for the Bucks. It's really going to make it another offensive threat. This way, they're not going to have to rely on Giannis every time they need a clutch shot or last minute. You know, so it's definitely a new team.
Last year, the Bucks did have the number 1 record, but now they're the 3rd seed. So
yep. They still have one of the best players in the game in Giannis.
Yeah.
You got.
He didn't make the MVP finalists because they have Embiid.
He hasn't been doing as good as them. Yep.
Who was the other guy? It was Joker, Embiid.
Embiid, Chris Paul was up there. I think Steph Curry had a run for MVP. You know, it was a good year. Good year. A lot of great. You know, everyone doing good. But about this game though.
First things first. Let's just talk about not many injuries to talk about. Victor Oladipo for Miami Heat is going to be out.
Yep.
And then for the Milwaukee Bucks, Jeff Teague is a game-time decision, and Antetokounmpo's brother, I'm not going to even pronounce his first name. He's out.
Yeah. Yep. No big deal there. So the one thing that's interesting to me is Tyler Hero hasn't been playing like he was last playoff. He kind of fell off a little bit, which sucks for me as a card collector because I have so many Tyler Hero cards and they're worth garbage right now.
And it's early. Tyler Hero, just give him some time. He's still, what's this, the second year, third year? I forget.
T-Rose, it's a second year. Hero still has a 23.5% usage rate. So he...
second team?
I think that's third on the team. Actually, no, it's fourth. It's actually fourth on the team. Looking at my notes here. So the usage rate goes like this. It goes Butler, Dragic, and then BAM! And then Hero. Bam!
All right, that's good to know for everybody that's playing. What doing? Are you?
Who I really like if you're doing DFS is I really like Ariza. He gives the Heat a really nice length that they didn't have last year, and I think that length is going to be useful against a team like the Bucks. And then you also have some nice length with that rookie this year, Precious, who has a 19% usage rate.
That's good to know. That's good to know, people. That's very good. What's the paces on each team? Who got the highest pace in the league here?
Oh, you always got the Bucks. Bucks is always going to be the second. They're tied for second with pace, with the Heat trailing all the way down in 29.
Yeah, so the Miami Heat, they like to slow things down. They have their plays. They run through Hero. They run through Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, they play defense.
And then Milwaukee, they like to run and gun with Giannis. They give Giannis the ball in hopes that he dunks on everybody. And then they got Holiday, your boy. What's your boy again? What's his name on the Bucks?
Oh, DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo, baby.
Yeah. What the interesting thing is the assist percentage is so even. The assist percentage is they're both tied for first, but assists though the Heat on have a ranked 9th in assists, and the Bucks are ranked 12th. But they're both very pass friendly teams. They try getting the ball open to Middleton or DiVincenzo or somebody like that, or Drew to hit the threes because Giannis still struggles in that area.
Yep. One thing I like to note, the rebounds. Milwaukee is second in the league in rebounds, so it's going to be key for Miami to crash those boards. So Bam's going to have to crash those boards big time.
I love Bam, but yeah, he definitely needs to step into another game going against this rebounding team.
Starting with Miami, what players are you going to be targeting on tomorrow's games? In Miami side.
Oh wow. Well, first of all, before we talk about that, who wins this series?
Okay.
I'm saying Miami in 6.
You're gonna say Miami 6. I actually think Miami's gonna. I know they went to the finals last year, but this is a new year. I think revenge has been on Giannis's mind all season, and they got the Miami Heat in the first round. I think I'm going Milwaukee in 7 this year. It's gonna be a good series, but I just think Milwaukee's gonna pull out in 7 games.
All right, that could definitely happen. So with
Giannis.
Milwaukee, with the fifth highest offensive rating in the league, you got to go after them for fantasy points if you're going DFS. Yeah.
So let me see. I'm gonna look at the Milwaukee team real quick. I want to see their players here. All right. Yeah. So, Giannis with a 32% usage. It just goes through him. Then it's Middleton, 25% usage.
Yep.
Portis, 20 off the bench, 22 for Holiday. Those are the guys you want to target on Milwaukee.
Yeah, all those high usage guys. Absolutely, you are absolutely correct there.
60% usage, but he does give you rebounds, assists. He does a little bit of everything.
Yep, absolutely. Even if you want to be daring and fade Giannis, you could still grab like Middleton and Holiday and Holiday, so you have all that high. Yep.
Don't forget about Brook Lopez. I know he's gonna be low owned. No one's gonna really be targeting him, but Miami they don't like to guard the 3-point shooters. So Brook Lopez is out there. He can bang some threes and have a big game as well.
Absolutely. Again, Brook Lopez is key because, again, this is a really big rebounding team, so you want to pick those players to get those rebounds and get those rebounding points.
The Milwaukee don't have like a big bench at all. I just don't really like their bench players. Pat Covington always has a big game here and there, but I'm not really high on him. Bobby Portis is their 6th man. He's like the only guy I would look at, but besides that, I'm all over. I don't know if I could fade Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday. I really can't. Those are just chalk guys for a reason, but your boy DiVincenzo is probably going to be the game breaker right there. If he has a big game and nobody's going to be on him, that's the guy you want to target.
You might be absolutely correct there. But when we were just talking about just rebounding itself, I think I want the biggest rebounders on the Bucks is Giannis, followed by, I believe it's Middleton has the second most. So Giannis averages 11, Middleton averages 6. Actually, no, Portis averages around 7. So those are the guys I want to target because I want those points. I want those rebound points because they're going to be out rebounding Miami. So.
So like I said, Brook Lopez at 7 foot, you expect him to get rebounds, but all he does is, he just waits in the 3-point line, just waits for his time. Exactly. And all he does is threes. I mean, he does hit some at a high percentage, but if you're rebounded at Brook Lopez, good luck because he doesn't get that.
I mean, even DiVincenzo out rebounds Lopez. So but Bobby Portis, Giannis, Middleton. That's my locks on the Bucks.
I think I'll have to follow your suit. If you want to get different, everybody, like I said, DiVincenzo out there is the guy that you want to target. But besides that, everybody's going to be on Giannis. Everybody's going to be on Middleton. But there is a reason for all that. So it is however you want to build your lineups. It's up to you guys. But I'm definitely going to be on Giannis because, like I said, revenge is on his mind, and I think he's just going to put it to him.
And he's not somebody I'm going after just because of Giannis. It's just like I said. I want to get all these rebounds, because they're such a high rebounding team going up against a very low rebounding team.
If you're playing DraftKings, rebounds and assists they rank them higher in FanDuel. So those are definitely stats you want to target.
Yeah, absolutely. And then so those are the 3 guys I'm looking at on the Bucks. And then if you go over on Miami, if you are using Giannis, it's gonna be really hard to get Jimmy Butts in there.
And remember, Jimmy Butler actually hurt himself at the end of the season, so he's having back issues. But he's definitely gonna give it a go. Jimmy Butler's it's playoff time, and Jimmy Buckets in playoff time. He might play the whole game, 48 minutes.
So the thing about Tyler Hero is he went off in the playoffs last year, and then during the regular season this year he hasn't good. He might be another one of those like playoff rondos. Maybe he's maybe he's playoff hero. So.
Did we talk about the usage already for Miami?
Yeah, we did. Remember I was telling you how high up Dragic is the second highest behind Butler.
I didn't message it.
Yep.
Dragic is high. I was looking at Dragic right now, man. I'm probably gonna be all over Dragic.
I actually really like Ariza. because they're gonna need the length against the Milwaukee.
Yep, he does start. He starts on Miami now. He is a good defender. He's gonna be on Giannis most of the game probably. I think.
Ariza averages 28 minutes a game, so that's good. You want those minutes. Minutes equals fantasy points.
Kendrick Nunn is a good target. What's this guy? Duncan Robinson, though. Talk about Duncan. Duncan Robinson is a key player, I think. He likes to hit a lot of threes.
Yeah. He's always there. He's never a sexy name, but he's always there. He averages 16% usage rate. He plays 31 minutes usually. There's no reason not to use him, especially since he's cheap and low owned.
40% from 3-pointers, so he bangs those threes. He does get some steals, some blocks. He's a good defense. He's good on the defense. I like Duncan Robinson. He's gonna be low on so.
Now let's talk about that in the next game. Yeah, so that the next game is the Dallas versus the Clippers. Talk to me.
All right, so the Clippers are the 5-point favorite. The over and under is 218.5 points. Injuries to talk about, not many for the Mavericks. J.J. Redick will be out, and Maxi Kleber, whatever you want to call him, game time decision.
Kleber.
Clippers coming in very healthy, so it's just the healthy Clippers. So, all right, let's talk about some team stats. Rob,
they definitely better be healthy. They freaking rested Kawhi and Paul George fucking half the season.
Yeah,
but
nowadays, I think NBA is getting soft. Everybody wants to take these days off. Back in the day, played every game. I'm not all about that, but whatever.
All right, so just looking at the game, both these teams have a very slow pace. With the Dallas on the 24, ranked 24, and Clippers ranked 28. Very slow game.
Yep, both teams want to set their plays. They want to give the ball to somebody, and they just run through their offense through certain players.
What I do like is how how offensive they are. The Dallas is ranked number 9 in offensive rating, with the Clippers number 3. You look at things like effective field goal percentage. You got Dallas at ranked 8, Clippers ranked 3rd. True shooting percentages, you have Dallas ranked at 8, Clippers ranked at 2nd. This is going to be a high scoring game, even though it's a slow paced game.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward for this game. Dallas versus Clippers. A lot of people are just hating on the Clippers. I think everybody thinks that they just lost on purpose to avoid the Lakers in the first.
They definitely did. Definitely did. They wanted nothing to do with the Lakers.
The Thunder had one of the worst rosters in the league, and they lost that last game. It definitely was on purpose. But here we are. It's going to be the Dallas Mavericks and the Clippers. Rob, give me a prediction. Who do you think is going to win the series?
I'm gonna say Clippers in 7.
I like the Mavericks, and I do want the Mavericks to win because I don't like the Clippers. But to be real, I'm a real guy. I think the Clippers are going to win as well.
Yeah, I want Dallas to win as well, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, the Mavericks are going to be good for years to come. They have Luka, they have Porzingis, all these guys. I just think they need one. They need one more piece.
Oh, and the Clippers better win. You don't rest your guys and avoid the Lakers in the first round. Just if you lose in the first round, just stop. Stop.
Nah. So like I said, this is gonna be a good series. I think it's gonna go 7. This is gonna be an exciting series. Let's talk about the Mavericks first. Who are you liking on the Mavericks?
Well, I always look at the usage rate when I'm building my DFS lines, and the usage rate obviously goes towards Doncic with 36% usage rate. That's absurd.
Absurd.
The second most is 26, which is Porzingis. Then you got Hardaway with 23%. Then you got Brunson and Burke both with 20%.
Both players come with the bench for high usage. I really like Brunson. Burke, I don't know. I'm high on him. He's just more of he has to have his shot fall through if he's going to have a good game. He likes to take a lot of threes. He takes a lot of bad shots, but if those shots are going in, he gets hot. He's a streaky player.
Now, even though Finney-Smith only has a 12% usage rate, he averages 32 minutes a game.
Yep. He gives you everything. He gives you 10 points. He gives you 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Hits 40% from 3. He hits his free throws. He's 47%. He's a good all-around player for sure.
I can't sit that. If 32 minutes a game, I'm not going to sit him with the price that he's going to be.
No, yeah. When it comes to playoff time, Rob, we love the players that play the minutes. I don't care who you are. If you're playing 30+ minutes, I'm going to be on you.
Right. Exactly.
Like what? Maybe.
Like right on rice. Uh,
Let's see. Tim Hardaway Jr. 20% usage. I like that. Plays 28 minutes a game. Scores 16.6 points. Hits threes. I'm not really high on him either. It's all about the Luka, I think. Luka, look at him scoring. He's scoring 28 points a game, 9 rebounds, 8.
He's so good.
8 rebounds, 9 assists. This guy is just a stud, man.
Hmm.
I mean, if the Dallas Mavericks win the series, Luka is going to be the MVP of the series. He just has that monster game every game.
So, if I'm paying up for people like Giannis or Luka in my lines, I think Finney Smith is a great salary saver for the minutes he plays.
Let's talk about Porzingis real quick. He has a 26% usage. I think he's
Fuck
a big
Porzingis.
We
we were right. As a Knicks fan, we were right. We got rid of him, and everyone's like, "What are you, crazy? He hasn't done shit over there."
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging 20 points on the season, 2 assists, 9 rebounds. He hits his threes.
So the thing I don't like about him is he's too expensive and doesn't do enough for me.
You're right.
He doesn't he doesn't do enough value for me, like 8x, like something crazy for me to like want to pay up for him ever.
No, you're absolutely right. Like you said before, Finney Smith, Darian Finney-Smith is a I want to say he's going to be definitely under like 50% owned.
I think I'm going to get most of my salary here using people like Finney Smith, Brunson, and Burke. I think that's where I'm going to save some salary.
Brunson real quick. He's getting 25 minutes a game. He's averaging a solid 13 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. That's solid points right there from a bench player.
Solid points for his price.
Yeah,
but
he comes in and either he comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Luka, so he can play either the one or he can point guard, shooting guard. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the one or the two, you got it. But you know what? Let's move over to Clippers real quick. Because I need to talk about one player.
Yeah, one player. There's not much to talk about in the Clippers, really.
Yeah, no, I need to talk about this one guy. It is time for playoff Rondo.
Yeah. Okay.
Fucking playoff Rondo. Let's fucking go.
Different type of Rondo. Let's talk about Rondo real quick.
Every year you tell somebody like playoff Rondo and they laugh like it's not a thing. But like every year this is like the one year where everyone's like, yep, playoff Rondo. He is a real thing.
I really think the Lakers are going to struggle without Rondo. He actually carried him through the playoffs last year, so
he's going to go. This is where he goes Super Saiyan all playoff.
Now that he's on the Clippers, the Clippers are gonna get the playoff Rondo, and guys like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard don't need to score as much, but though they do, they still need to score to obviously beat the Mavericks.
Absolutely. So if you're gonna pay up, I would rather pay up for Paul George rather than Leonard, because he should be a little low owned considering how bad he shit the bed in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But he he has the highest usage percentage on his team.
Yes.
So
I got one guy on the Clippers that I want to talk about before we talk about the next game.
Yeah, what's that?
It's Marcus Morris. I believe I'm targeting Marcus Morris tomorrow. I like his usage percentage. He starts. He averages solid 26 minutes a game, 13 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. I think he's going to be a guy that everyone's going to overlook because they're going to be all over Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and I like Marcus Morris a lot.
If you can like Morris all you want, I'm sticking with Rondo and Paul George.
Yep, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard are obviously key players, but I'm not really high on them tomorrow. So those are guys I like is Marcus Morris and Rondo, honestly.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Let's talk about my favorite game of the night.
All right, we got your Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. The Brooklyn Nets are an 8-point favorite. The over and under is 228.5 points. Injuries to talk about for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown is out, and Robert Williams game time decision. So obviously those are 2 big injuries to note about. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, Dinwiddie's been out for the year, and then Landry Shamet is a game time decision.
All right.
All right, Rob, start us off, man. What do you? First off, before we talk about anything, what's your prediction on the series? Who's going to win the series?
I would say Nets in 5.
And I agree with you. The Nets are going to win the series, and the Celtics just that Jaylen Brown injury is big. Losing him is going to be obviously going to be big for them, and that's just one less guy that they had to score. So I think the Brooklyn Nets definitely in 5 is a good call. So All right, man. What are you liking? What stats are starting? What stats are just popping up at you?
Well, before we talk about stats, let's talk about the big three: Harden, KD, and Kyrie. I think they've only played together, like all three on the field. Like I think it's like 17 or 18 games
Court,
this year.
not the field.
Yeah, the court. My bad. But they've only played like 17, 18 games together. That might be big.
Yeah.
That might be big. It's like less time to get that chemistry. But okay, yeah, let's talk about it. Their pace is like mid-tier. You got Boston ranked 20. You got the Nets ranked 11th. So that's not really a big deal.
Nah.
Yeah, the offensive rating is where it's kind of big because you got Boston ranked 10, but you have the Nets, who are the number one ranked offensive team. They're ranked in number one in effective field goal percentage. They're ranked number one in true shooting percentage. It's just.
The Nets are just they have that big three, and that big three just basically carries them. And it just sucks that all season long we really didn't get to see the chemistry between all three of them.
And that might hurt them. That might absolutely hurt them.
Yeah, it might hurt them, but I don't know if this series is not going to be the series that it hurts them. But when later on in the playoffs, we're going to see where it's going to hurt them.
Well, let's talk about them first. Let's talk about their players. Now, who do you think their most important player is?
Well, James Harden is coming back from injury. He hasn't played in a while. Well,
right.
How many games? He's been out for a while, right?
He's been it's on and off. It's just been weird.
I think their key player. I really think. James Harden to me is the key player. But then Durant, Kyrie just plays when he wants. But now it's playoff time, so he obviously wants.
If you're asking me, Kyrie is never going to be the most important. It's gonna be KD or Harden, but I really think it's Harden. The way he orchestrates this team, I think he's the most important player. But it's close though, because KD is like the offensive master.
Let me talk about the usage with the Nets. Because it's gonna be a little off because they haven't played all season. KD, right. 31.2. He has a usage at 31.2. Kyrie at 30.4. And then James Harden, 28.4. So those are the three guys that run their offense through them. But there's the sneaky guys to talk about for the Brooklyn Nets are guys like DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin is my go-to. He's so cheap. He averages over 20 fantasy points a game at the price. Like, how can you not like that? It's so juicy.
Right. Blake Griffin, I keep forgetting he's on the Nets. He's the forgotten guy in the Nets. So technically they got a big four, but this is Brooklyn. But his play is diminished over the years. I don't think he's not the same player.
Yeah. Wait, did you see that? Did you see that amazing assist he had the other day?
Yeah, no. I think he's definitely gonna improve. He's not everybody forgets about him, but I don't know. Blake Griffin is still Blake Griffin. He's still gonna be that guy.
Yeah, and he's playing a little rejuvenated now that he left. He wasn't motivated.
He wants to win a title, so his best chance now.
Yep. So I love him tomorrow. I think he's a great price, and he will be in the majority of my lineups for sure. But if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to have KD and Harden in every one of my lineups.
Yeah, no. How wouldn't you?
Yeah, they're going to be in every single one of my lineups. 100%. I'll die on the shield.
I really like Kyrie Irving, but he just pisses me off, honestly. He only chooses when he wants to play. He's very talented. He's one of the best ball handlers in the league.
Yeah. Well, there's no denying how good he is. Like everyone knows how good he is, but like his mind is not always on basketball, and that's just not what I want on my fantasy team.
Exactly. But yeah, the key guys are Harden and KD. KD and Harden are just the guys that are gonna just take control of the game. Kyrie's gonna be the ball handler and giving him the assist. And then Blake Griffin, Blake Griffin might be he might be low owned, so who knows?
He's going to be low owned, and so if I'm going to have Harden and KD in like 95% of my lines, the 5% that they're not in, Blake Griffin's going to be in. Period. Like
now let's talk about a sneaky guy on the Brooklyn Nets real quick. We got Joe Harris. Talk about Joe Harris.
I love Joe Harris.
Joe Harris. He has 31. He averages 31 minutes a game, 14 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. He's the leader in 3-point percentage at 47.5%, and he hits 50% free goal percentage. He is actually, if the Brooklyn Nets want to go far in this playoffs, I think Joe Harris is actually a key guy.
Yes, especially off the bench when the three big three won't be out there. He's
Uh-huh.
definitely the guy.
Yes.
100%.
All
Let's
right, so
let's
let's
talk about the big thing about Boston with Jalen Brown out. Where are these minutes
yeah,
going? That's
Boston.
that's um that's a 29. That's almost 30% usage rate. That has to go somewhere.
So now they're gonna have to spread that out now, and now we have to predict where their usage is gonna go. So what's it in your mind? Where they're gonna spread it out to?
I think a little bit is going to go to Walker, a little bit's going to go to Smart, but I think a lot of it is going to go to Fournier.
Ooh, Fournier. Let's talk about Fournier. He's
Fournier.
doing good.
Fournier is doing good.
Yes, Fournier. He's averaging with his new team, the Boston Celtics. He's averaging 30 minutes a game, 13 points, three assists, 3 rebounds. He has great percent. I think he's actually all that usage. Most of it is going to go to Fournier.
Yep, I love it. I think Fournier is almost a lock for me in like at least a little over 50% of my lines.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be on Kemba. They're going to be on, obviously, Tatum for a reason. Tatum just dropped 50 the other day.
Yeah, he's going to be so high owned that I'm going to stay off it.
Yeah, there's one star that I'm going to fade in tomorrow's games. I think Tatum is one of them.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like Marcus Smart. Kemba Walker, I'm not so high on, but I think the key, if Robert Williams plays tomorrow, he's the starting center. He's a good guy to play. He does get you the rebounds, blocks, and steals in leagues where they give you blocks and steals that's very high. I think he's key for that. He gives you a lot of those, a lot of rebounds. So he's another guy to watch out if he plays. He's a good guy to play when he's low owned.
Absolutely. They, in their last 10 games, they went 4-6. So they need to step it up.
Definitely struggling. They're going to be out Jalen Brown. I'm not really high on the Celtics. They're probably gonna. It's going to be a quick series, I believe. Like you said, the Brooklyn Nets are going to take care of the Celtics pretty easily, probably in 5 games.
Yep, absolutely.
They might get one lucky game off them.
Yeah, and both teams don't play great defense, and that's why I do like guys like Walker, since he averages 30 minutes a game, and Fournier, who averages 30 minutes a game.
Definitely one guy that I love on the Celtics, because I think everybody's going to overlook him because of Tatum and Marcus Smart, and I think I love good call on Fournier. I think he's the guy to play tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's talk about this last game.
All right, the last game of the night, we got the Denver Nuggets versus Portland Trail Blazers. The Denver Nuggets are a 1-point favorite. The over and under is 227 points. Key injuries to talk about for the Blazers. They got Zach Collins. He's been out for the whole year.
He's been out forever.
Yeah, pretty much. The last 2 years he hasn't played. And then for the Denver Nuggets, a lot of injuries here. We got Will Barton. He's out with a hamstring injury. Austin Rivers, game time decision. Illness. Jamal Murray, all know, is out. And then PJ Dozier out with a groin injury. So that's 3 key injuries that the Nuggets are going to be out with those 3 players. So I don't know. They're only a 1-point favorite, so it's like the Joker show, and that's it pretty much. So Rob, what are you thinking here? Before we get into the stats, prediction, please. Who do you think is going to win the series?
I'm going to say Denver in 6.
And I'm going to agree with you. I like Denver as well. I think it's actually going to go 7. The Blazers, they do this every year. They look good, but they don't play no defense. And when it comes to the playoffs, you got to play some kind of defense. And then I think that's going to hurt them. So, yeah, Nuggets in 7.
Yeah, plus you're going up against what, in my opinion, the MVP of the season in Joker. But that's another conversation. Let's talk about this game. The game.
Yes,
so I do like the offensive rating. You got the Blazers are ranked 2nd with Denver ranked 7th, so that's going to be a high offensive game. Pace, they're both really slow pace, so it's not really anything to talk about. One key thing is the Blazers don't allow a lot of turnovers. They're ranked number 1 in not allowing a lot of turnovers, so that's kind of big.
They don't turn the ball, which is surprising, right?
Yep.
Good to know.
Yeah, it is good to know. There's nothing anything that really pops off the page looking at the rankings.
Blazers are all healthy pretty much. The Nuggets do have injuries, but at the end of the day, Blazers still don't play defense. That's going to be their downfall in the series.
That's true. So let's look at some players. Let's look at some usage rate on
All right.
on the Blazers.
Yeah, start with the Blazers. What Blazers? What guys are you got your eye on for?
Well, obviously Lillard has the 31.4% usage rate, but
Yep.
I don't think I'm playing him.
He's averaging 36 minutes a game, 29 points a game, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. It's just Lillard, you know.
It's Lillard.
He
You know what you can't pass up? You can't pass up the 32 minutes a game from Covington.
Covington is a great player. He plays defense. He's actually the one guy that does play defense on the team.
Yep.
I'll give him that.
Yep. And who I might actually be really looking at, though, is my boy Carmelo Anthony.
Okay, you like your boy Carmelo?
Always love him. You know, I'm a Knicks fan, you know, so I'm glad to see he resurrected his career.
Percent usage, averaging 25 minutes a game, 13 points. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing for sure.
Yeah. That's 23% usage. That's really good.
23 usage is actually on this team. It's actually second. It's actually third. I'm sorry.
Third. Yep.
Third. Column is second.
Yeah.
Column.
So yeah, there's like just saying that just makes me want to use him even more.
Yeah, he's gonna be low. Everybody's gonna be focused on Lillard, CJ McCollum.
He's gonna be low owned, but he's also gonna be low priced, which is perfect.
Yeah. CJ McCollum averaging 34 minutes a game, 23 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Obviously a stud, but everybody's gonna be on him. I like to be different. Obviously, there's guys like Norman Powell who's averaging what's his usage? 20% usage, which is fifth on the team. He came from in the trade from Toronto, averaging 17 points, 2 assists. I think he's key. I think he's Is he starting on the team?
I have to look at the starting lineup again, but no, you are right. Yeah. He is going to be a very key player to look at.
For sure, for the Blazers.
Yeah, no, he's definitely somebody I look at for DFS purposes.
So, who do you like on the Blazers? Are you just focusing on Carmelo? Who do you like?
Well, you just talked me into Powell, so I was on Carmelo, and now I'm looking at Powell, and I really am a big fan of Nurkic, so I'll probably stick with him a little bit too.
Nurkic for sure, averaging 22% usage. Does get a lot of rebounds, blocks, and steals. He's actually another guy that actually might play some defense, but besides that, man, it's just
it's
offensive.
It's the Lillard show.
Yeah, no, it is.
All right. Let's talk about these the Denver Nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets were without Jamal Murray. That's big for them.
Yeah.
When it comes to the play, Jamal Murray shows up.
Yeah, they are 6-4 in the last 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
They, like I said, they have the guy who I believe should be MVP this season.
Let's talk about. Hold on 1 second. Joker season. Look at his stats. His stats are ridiculous. He's averaging 35 points a game. 35 minutes a game, 26 points, 8 assists, 11 rebounds. His percentages are off the charts. He hits 3-pointers at 40% at 7 foot.
As a big man,
this guy is absolutely a stud. I mean, how do you not? You can't fade Joker at all.
That's all with a 29% usage rate. Like you see guys with stats like that with like a 32 or 35% usage rate. He does that with a 29.
Yeah, ever since Jamal Murray got hurt, the offense runs through Joker. He can play point guard. He can play any position you want. This guy is absolutely incredible.
As good as he is, since I'm going to be paying up for Harden and KD, I will not be using him. So I will be focusing on Millsap, Barton, and Porter.
Well, Barton's out for the season.
Barton is out. Yes, no, not Barton. Why did I say Barton? Oh no, Porter, Millsap, and Composer.
Yeah, speaking of Michael Porter Jr., this is a guy that's the usage from Barton and these other guys that are out. The usage is going to go to Porter.
Yep.
The guy is averaging 31 minutes a game, 19 points. I mean, how do you not play Michael Porter Jr.?
I know that, but I would rather go with a lower-owned Millsap or even an Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, yes. Aaron Gordon, I keep forgetting he's on the Nuggets. A late season trade by the Nuggets to get Aaron Gordon. What great trade for them, by the way. He's been average on the Nuggets, honestly. But he is a guy you can't forget about. He's averaging 17% usage, 26 minutes, 10 points, 2 assists. But when it comes to the playoffs, they're going to lean on him because everybody's going to be focused on Joker. So Aaron Gordon is a guy you got to watch out.
So I'd rather get away from that high ownership and stick with Porter, Composure, and Millsap, and I sprinkle a little Aaron Gordon in there. That's what I'm sticking.
Yeah.
I'm really big on Millsap tomorrow.
Yeah, the Nuggets got a lot of size. I think at the end of the day, the size might hurt the Blazers. Because they got JaVale McGee coming off the bench, they got Joker, they got Millsap. All these guys and Aaron Gordon. These guys got a lot of size. They're definitely got an advantage on the rebounding end. So the Blazers definitely got to be efficient on the offensive end if they want to win the series.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be an interesting series, but the Nuggets, I think they're going to prevail. Blazers, I love them at the end of the day, but you got to play some defense when it comes to the playoffs, and they play zero defense.
Now, before we end things, we are back. We're going to be back through the entire NBA playoffs. We're going to be doing MMA. We're going to be doing football when it comes around in a few months. Sorry for that little break. We were just in the middle of getting things together, but just like always, we're going to be here for everybody if you need anything. And just a reminder, since it's been a while from our last podcast, contest selection is key to DFS. Absolute key. On FanDuels, I will be sticking with just the main GPP tournament, and then, of course, cash games. On DK, I like to expand that. I like to do 3 max entries, single entries. Those are what I really target. And then cash games, because bankroll management is super important. I'll be doing a podcast on bankroll management maybe in a few weeks, but if you don't really know what it means, hit me up and I'll explain it to you better. But the whole point is, you never want to be putting money into your account. You only want to be using money that you continually win, and cash games are key to that. Absolute key. So that's it, guys. We had a great time. We're always going to have a great time. You know why? Because this is a rebellion. Rebellions are fun. And it's time for you to join.